People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC. People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bytech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implement, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Baus Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to Fennimore High School WIAA Division IV Regional Semifinal action on X1071, X1071.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071. Our feature matchup tonight is in Division 4 as the number 1 seeded Fennimore Golden Eagles square off against their small rival and number 8 seed Iowa Grant Panthers. This is our Raleigh Cheese pre-match show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Fennimore comes into tonight's matchup with a record of 27-11 overall on the 2025 campaign. They were 4-3 in the SWAL, which is good for 4th place in the conference behind Mineral Point, Cuba City, and Southwestern, but Fennimore having a very strong schedule and earning a number 1 seed in the Division 4 side as Mineral Point and Cuba City are in Division 3 and Southwestern is in Division 5, and they take on a scrappy Iowa Grant team, which you look at their record, 9-24 overall. They were 1-6 in the SWAL and have played Fennimore twice this season. Fennimore got the wins both times. A 2-0 win back on September 6th at the tournament in Richland Center, and then a gritty 3-2 win over Iowa Grant at Iowa Grant on September 25th. So Iowa Grant hoping that the third time is the charm and hoping to advance to the regional finals on Saturday. We will follow the winner of this match to the regional final on Saturday night. The winner of this match does take on the winner of number 5 seeded Bangor at number 4 seeded River Ridge. And in the bottom half of this bracket, it's number 3 seeded Cashion hosting the number 6 seed Wisconsin Heights, and number 2 seeded Brookwood hosting number 7 seed Riverdale. Our matchup tonight is just one of 4 across our Queen Bee Radio family of stations tonight over on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. John Satterley with the call of Lancaster at Mineral Point. And on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Cuba City taking on Darlington in another small matchup in the postseason in volleyball. And on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, it's number 7 seeded Platteville at number 2 seeded Madison Edgewood. And if we get any updates on our local scores across the area, we'll bring them to you on our Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Coming up on our Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show, we'll talk with both head coaches. We'll talk with Mickey Beckwar of Fennimore and Karen McManus of Iowa Grant. We asked them about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Also get you the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the match, and the opening serve between Iowa Grant and Fennimore in our WIAA Division IV regional semifinal. The Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show continues after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pre-game one.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Enjoy the colors of fall and take a drive to Raleigh Cheese House. Stop in and try our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. Try our own fresh, squeaky cheese curds made every week. We also carry many other local cheeses, a wide variety of snacks, deli sandwiches, and beverages. It is worth the drive to shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23 Shellsburg.
We know that good health is your number one priority, and at Grant Regional Health Center, it's ours too. Whether it's a mammogram, lung screening, or colonoscopy, we make it easier than ever to get screened for your peace of mind. And best of all, at Grant Regional, we offer quick scheduling and less travel, so you can focus on what really matters, your health. Schedule your screening today at 608-723-2131, accepting Medical Associates, Dean, and Quartz Insurance to name a few. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Help everyone in our community stay warm this winter. Donate to Platteville Holiday Project's Coats for Kids campaign. Gently used winter coats and snowsuits can be dropped off at Tobacco Credit Union in Platteville, On-Camp of Platteville, and area churches. Donations are accepted through November 7th and can be sized infant to adult. Help make a difference and support Coats for Kids with Tobacco Credit Union and X1071.
Pre-game one.
Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore and Iowa Grant going at it in tonight's WIAA Division IV regional semifinal. We're joined by Iowa Grant head coach Karen McManus. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win again on Tuesday night against Kickapoo, a 3-1 win to advance to the regional semifinal round. A very strong performance by your team in the second, third, and fourth sets to pull away and get the victory. And now that you've had a little bit of time to digest what happened and maybe study what things went right for your team, what stood out to you the most in the win on Tuesday night?
Yeah, what stood out for us the most was our hitters. Our hitters got very on after that first set, and they put the ball down like we hadn't seen before. Anytime we got Layla Ritchie the ball, she was putting it either straight down or in a spot and being so smart with the ball and hitting really well. We also had Presley Lehman hitting those deep corners and really snapping and putting the ball down too. We have some other hitters that can do that as well and weren't quite as on Tuesday. That we're looking forward to them being on tonight too. But our hitters at the front row just worked so well and blocking and hitting, and they'll come out just as strong tonight.
Yep, and we talked about the hitting, especially of Layla Ritchie in our post-match show on Tuesday, but really a lot of the credit has to go to the other team members being able to get those sets and get her set up beautifully for those, as well as the other hitters. Talk about the passing and the things that went right to make all that happen, because it really seemed like everyone was in sync, especially in that second, third, and fourth set.
Yeah, these girls have really come together and learned to work with the out-of-system ball. Our passing was, when we watched film, quite a little bit off on Tuesday, and it's usually a lot better than that, but we took advantage of those balls no matter where they were. Did a lot of passing drills and out-of-system drills last night in practice, and had a really great practice, but they stuck with it, and they all did click together, whether it was a perfect pass or an out-of-system ball, and still found a way to put the ball down and be aggressive, even with the the hits that Kickup who are sending over. So we plan to do the same tonight with what Fennimore sends.
All right, Carey McManus with us on our Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show, getting ready for Iowa Grant and Fennimore in our WIAA Division 4 regional semifinal. The Russell office's injury report, no real injuries to report from Tuesday's match. What's the health status of everyone coming into tonight?
Yep, same as Tuesday. We're healthy. Everyone's ready to go, which we've been very lucky with this season, and have them all 100%. All
right, now the matchup against Fennimore tonight. It's the third time that you're seeing the Golden Eagles. They got a 2-1 win in the tournament in Richland Center, and then you took them to the limit, 3-2 on your home floor just a couple weeks ago. Talk about what stands out most about this Fennimore squad, and if Iowa Grant's going to flip the script, and if the third time's the charm, what has to happen tonight for Iowa Grant?
Yeah, like you said, we played them at Richland Center during a tournament, and tournaments are hard to judge, when you've had a long day and your team, isn't quite all there. And then we really do hope to bring some of that same energy as when we played them at Iowa Grant and took them to 5 sets, because Fennimore is just a really good all-around team. I mean, they don't have a weak spot. We watched a lot of films, and we know where to put the ball and kind of what to go at them with. But if we bring the same energy and stay clicking like we have been on Tuesday, and, we finally got those nerves out of, the first regional game win, that we can hopefully start off a little stronger, but still bring the same momentum and energy that they did on Tuesday after that first set, and hopefully bring home a win.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's Carey McManus, head coach of the Iowa Grant Panthers. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Dairies of all sizes could benefit from the labor reduction, consistency, and constant monitoring available with the GIA Automation Solutions at Fuller's Milker Center. Your dairy is unique and deserves automation solutions that fit your herd and management style. Whether you're looking to automate the entire milking process, your pre- or post-milking routine, or your calf feeding system, GIA has the customizable automation solution for you. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to learn more about automating your dairy.
Southwest Tech in Fennimore celebrates Wisconsin Manufacturing Month. Employers in Southwest Wisconsin are eager to hire skilled workers in manufacturing, and the Industrial Mechanic program at Southwest Tech equips students with technical expertise in areas like mechanical drive systems, electrical systems, basic welding, machining, and more. Graduates of this program can either enter the workforce or continue their education in the 2-year electromechanical technology program. Apply today at swtc.edu. Southwest Tech, education as unique as you.
Are you looking for a new and exciting career? This is Jen Casper with Queen Bee Radio. We're currently hiring for people to join our radio and digital sales team. Queen Bee Radio is a fun and family-oriented work environment with unlimited growth opportunities. Life's too short to work where you're not having fun. Give me a call today at 608-349-2045, and I can tell you firsthand how my career in radio sales has been incredibly rewarding. Go to our social media pages or our websites and click on the career link for details on this radio and digital sales opportunity and to apply.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Iowa Grant and Fennimore going at it in tonight's WIAA Division 4 regional semifinal. We're joined by Fennimore Golden Eagles head coach Mickey Beckwar. Coach, thank you for joining us, and congratulations on earning a number 1 seed in this sectional 2B bracket. A great accomplishment given the season that you and your team have had. A 4th place finish in a very top-heavy SWAL conference this year, and a 27-11 overall record on the campaign. Now that the regular season is finished and the postseason has begun, talk about the things that have gone right for this Fennimore Golden Eagles team during the season and the areas of growth that you're most satisfied with heading into the postseason.
Well, we've definitely had an up and down year. We started out really strong, and in the Cuba City game, Rhiannon Nelson Hahn went out with a fractured wrist, and so we kind of stumbled a little bit and put together a lineup. Very proud of the girls that came off of that and won the Schellsburg tournament. So we've kind of been fighting up and down towards the end here, just trying to keep it together here. As of Monday, Rhiannon joined us again, so we're looking forward to having her back on the court and helping us out as we go into the postseason.
All right, what have been the strengths of Fennimore as the season has gone along? What are the things that your team has leaned their hat on, so to speak, as far as being able to have the success your team has had?
Well, we've had a couple things going on. Up until last Thursday, we were serving really well. I think our serve has kept us going in the game without one of our big hitters. Also, I feel like the other hitters stepped up to the plate and really started putting the ball down for us. And when they do that, we were able to do great things.
All right, Mickey Beckwar with us in our Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show, getting ready for Fennimore and Iowa Grant in our Division 4 regional semifinal. Russell Office's injury report, you alluded to getting a player back for the postseason. What's the health status for the rest of the team heading into the matchup?
Well, we just had 2 go out, one a concussion and one with a shoulder injury just this week. So it seems like we get one back on and another one goes back off. So, but for the most part, I think we're staying pretty healthy.
All right, excellent. And then the matchup against Iowa Grant, 3rd time you're seeing the Panthers won the first 2, a 2-sets-to-none win in the Richland Center tournament and a 3-sets-to-2 win in a very gritty matchup from the way it sounds at Iowa Grant. Now that the Panthers are coming into Fennimore's gym, what stands out to you the most about this Iowa Grant Panthers team, and what does Fennimore have to do if they're going to beat them the 3rd time?
Yeah, when we went up against them the 2nd time, that was our first game without Rhee, and we struggled. Their middle, we need to shut down Richie. On the other side, she really hurt us when we played against them. So we weren't really even matched up with our lineup. I feel we're a little bit more matched up tonight, and we just have to really push it, especially when she's in the back row. Also keeping away from their libero. I think she's a scrappy girl, and she's going to get the ball up, so we have to make sure we're placing the ball that's putting them out of system, hopefully.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun and good luck tonight.
Thanks.
All right, that's Mickey Beckwar, head coach of the Fennimore Golden Eagles. And we'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoebox, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
What happened to customer service? You're expected to check yourself out at the store, you're expected to pay 3% extra to use credit cards, and you're expected to unbox your own mattress and set it up yourself. Well, not at Dubuque Mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. At Dubuque Mattress, customer service is alive and well. When you buy a mattress from us, we take care of everything. We deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. We don't charge for using credit cards, and we offer free financing. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 1.
Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show continues from Fennimore on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, closing in on the first serve between Iowa Grant and Fennimore Division 4 regional semifinal. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Sleeman Gutters and Overhead Doors. Heard the coaches give their thoughts and the players on the Russell Office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw.wi.com. Out of the lineup for Fennimore tonight will be number 3, Lexi Wilson, and number 6, Campbell Fitzgerald. No injuries to report for Iowa Grant. However, I just saw number 18, Ava Kloss, being tended to after, I believe she took a volleyball to the side of the head during warm-up, so we'll keep tabs on that. As now the camera is officially on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Ducanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Let's set up the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups for the Iowa Grant Panthers. 9-24 on the season, 1-6 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League. Coming off a win against Kickapoo in the regional semifinal round on Tuesday night, 3-1. Their starting lineup goes like this. A senior, the libero, number 1, Quinn Hooper. A senior outside hitter, number 4, Lexi Cools. A sophomore middle hitter, number 5, Addie Foley. A junior outside hitter, number 12, Presley Lehman. A senior right side hitter, number 19, Ellie Moen. A senior middle hitter, number 20, Layla Ritchie. And running out the starting lineup for Coach McManus's Iowa Grant Panthers, a junior setter, number 21, Carly Shores. And for the Fennimore Golden Eagles, 27-11 on the campaign, 4-3 in the SWAL. Good for 4th place in the conference this season. Their starting lineup goes like this. The libero, a junior, number 0, Kaylee Shipleski. Also in the lineup, a junior setter, number 1, Briley Zink. A senior right side hitter, number 5, Peyton Landowski. A senior outside hitter, number 7, Bailey Bray. A junior middle hitter, number 8, Brooklyn Ritchie. A junior defensive specialist, number 12, Addison Meckley. And rounding out the starting lineup, a senior outside hitter, number 13, Rhiannon Nelson Hahn. Those are the Fuller's Booker Center starting lineups. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sBookerCenter.com. Our national anthem coming up in just a moment by the Fennimore Mean Machine. We'll bring that to you live. And we'll step aside here at Fennimore High School for tonight's national anthem.
WIAA. Booing, jeering, and other forms of negative cheering are not acceptable. Stomping on the bleachers is strictly prohibited, and please do not cheer while the other team is serving. The officials for tonight's match are Pat McIntyre and Steve Kaiser. At this time, please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, performed by our very own Fennimore Pep Band, directed by Aisha Dirks.
The Fennimore Mean Machine once again delivering on tonight's national anthem. From Fennimore High School, closing in on the first serve between Iowa Grant and Fennimore in our Division IV regional semifinal on X1071 WPVL FM Platteville and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Lely Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Volleyball tonight brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Also by Woodlaw Office, serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel, providing Grant County estate planning, elder law, probate, business law, real estate, and municipal law. Call Ben at Woodlaw Office in Fennimore and Boscobel. Let's get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the match, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Fennimore in their home white jersey tops. Fennimore written across the chest in gold with maroon numbers outlined in gold. And on the backside of the jersey, Golden Eagles in small print across the shoulder blades and maroon numbers. The libero tonight, number 0, Haley Shipleski, is in a maroon jersey top with white letters and numbering. For the Iowa Grant Panthers, they are in their road black jersey tops with Panthers written across the chest in red with red numbers outlined in white. And on the backside of the jersey, the IG logo on the center of the back with red numbers and black trunks. Those are the colors of the match, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Volleyball also brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Also by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. By Applied Micro, your local computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. And by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneville, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesinc.com. Player introductions wrapping up, and we are close to the start of our volleyball match here from Fennimore High School. It is a jam-packed crowd here in the South Gym here at Fennimore High School, and firmly entrenched in the Fennimore side of the gym. And it's going to get real hot real quick in this gym as the curtain to the left of me is starting to go down, and all the sound will be on this side of the gym for the rest of the night. A great environment here for high school volleyball. Match tonight also brought to you by Southwest Health. With over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Also by Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. The teams are on the floor. Iowa Grant will serve from left to right. Fennimore from right to left, as we see it for the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Iowa Grant putting their subs in. The libero, Quinn Hooper. Now in the match, it'll be Kaylee Shipleski set to serve things up for the Golden Eagles. Winner takes on either River Ridge or Bangor in Saturday night's regional final. Shipleski with a couple dribbles, a running jump serve. We're off and running on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Layla Ritchie goes on the attack from the far side. Great dig by Shipleski in the back row. Now push ahead to the Fennimore side. Iowa Grant with it on their side of the net. Backwards pass by Ritchie, clears the net, back to the Fennimore side. Here's the setup in the middle, great attack, and getting the kill is number 8, Brooklyn Ritchie. Brooklyn Ritchie bringing the smoke in the opening set. 1-0 Fennimore, just underway from Fennimore High School. Shipleski looking to Coach Beckwar for some instructions. Running jump serve, clears the net. Hooper pushes it ahead to the front row. Now a setup for Layla Ritchie, and she goes on the attack, and she'll get the kill. Layla Ritchie picking up where she left off on Tuesday night in the win against Kickapoo. And now back to serve will be the captain, Ellie Moen, for Iowa Grant. 1-1 in set 1. Running jump serve for Moen, clears the net. Shipleski pushes ahead to the front row on the Fennimore side. Now an attack on the near side. Attacked by Brooklyn Ritchie, but kept alive by Iowa Grant. Now Fennimore back with it on their side. And another attack once again. Great dig in the back row by Quinn Hooper. Push ahead to the front row to Ritchie, and then popped over to the other side by Lexi Cools. Fennimore attack on the front row. 50-50 ball at the net. Layla Ritchie tried to slam it down, but Shipleski diving dig to keep it alive. Now a tap over by Fennimore. Here's a setup for Layla Ritchie and a great block kill at the net for Brooklyn Ritchie. Ritchie with 2 kills early on, accounting for all 2 points for Fennimore. 2 serving 1 in set number 1. Briley Zink set to serve for Fennimore. Clare Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Zink service played to the back row by Hooper. Now a setup as Layla Ritchie tried to chase it down in the front row but couldn't get it down. We'll call that an ace for Bradley Zink, the first ace of the match. 3 serving 1. Advantage Fennimore. The running jump serve for Zink. Clears the net. Ball pushed ahead to the front row. Layla Ritchie tosses over to a teammate. Now it clears the Fennimore side of the net. Oh, Eagles go on the attack, and another kill for Brooklyn Ritchie. It's the battle of Ritchies along the front row of the net, and so far Brooklyn has the advantage. 4 serving 1. In the opening set, Fennimore off to a good start. And jump serve for Bradley Zink. Quinn Hooper dives for it to keep it alive, and now a side pass will clear it for the third hit. Eagles with it on their side. Another attack for Ritchie and another diving dig, but it goes into the net and Fennimore gets the point. And timeout taken by Iowa Grant as Fennimore has jumped out to a 5-1 lead in set number 1. We'll be back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
Hello, Dr. Matt here from Cuba City Family Dental. Something we take pride in is having 3 state-of-the-art facilities in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Our investment in the latest technology and innovative services allows us to provide top-notch dental care to our area families. Take control of your oral health and make an appointment with our team, and let's make your smile the best it can be. Contact Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental now, and let's start this journey together. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In game 2.
Fennimore 5, Iowa Grant 1. Just underway on X1071 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And the serve by Zink won't be returned by Iowa Grant. And it will be 6 serving 1. Golden Eagles advantage coming out of the Iowa Grant timeout. Bradley Zink will serve once again for the Golden Eagles, serving from the far side of the floor. Running jump serve, clears the net. Played to the back row by Iowa Grant. Here's the setup in the middle, and another kill for Brooklyn Ritchie. Brooklyn Ritchie dropping the hammer. And Iowa Grant unable to control the hits that she's bringing in the middle. 7 serving 1. Bradley Zink will serve once again. Here's the running jump serve. I'll push ahead to the front row and a backwards pass, and no one in the back row to play that one. As Iowa Grant having a difficult time in this service. That'll be another ace for Bradley Zink. 8 serving 1. And jump serve kept alive, popped up, and Layla Ritchie will just tap it over, and Shapleski tried to dive and keep it alive for Fennimore, and that ends the Fennimore run. Now 2 serving 8 in set number 1, and now serving for Iowa Grant is number 11, Emery Raymanap. Raymanap on the running jump serve along the near side. Clears the net, ball pushed ahead to the front row. Zink with a setup and the attack for Ritchie, but Ritchie tried to paint the corner, had a little too much on it. It'll be Iowa Grant's point. 3 serving 8 in set number 1. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota when you are ready. Emery Raymanap, beg your pardon, set to serve once again. Her serve played by Shapleski in the back row, pushes ahead to the front. Now a setup for Brooklyn Ritchie, and she'll just tap it over. Diving to keep it alive was Quinn Hooper, but the ball goes under the net. Fennimore gets the point, 9 serving 3. And Ritchie will serve, Brooklyn Ritchie for Fennimore. Takes a couple dribbles and a running jump serve just off the center of the end line. Ball kept alive in the middle. Now Layla Ritchie loads up. Great dig in the back row by Bradley Zink. Now Shapleski with a side pass to clear the net. Ball on the IG side. Panthers go on the attack. Chepleski able to control it in the back row for Fennimore. Now an attack and a great kill that time by Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn. Great attack on the near side, and now Brooklyn Ritchie will serve once again for Fennimore. 10 serving 3 in the opening set of our Division IV regional semifinal. Winner goes to the regional final on Saturday night, and an ace for Ritchie. And a quick sub for Iowa Grant. Now on the floor is number 6, Bryn Pettit. Subbing in for number 19, Ellie Moen. Brooklyn Ritchie serving once again for Fennimore. 11 serving 3. Serve arcs over the net. Iowa Grant goes on the attack on the far side. Great dig by Chepleski in the back row for Fennimore. Now another setup for Nelson-Hahn. And she taps it over. Ball finds the floor for the kill. Couldn't ask for a better start for Fennimore. 12 serving 3 in the opening set, defending their home floor in this regional semifinal. Showing that they're the number 1 seed. Service control by Iowa Grant, and backwards pass clears the net to the Fennimore side. Zink with the setup in the near side. Nelson-Hahn with the attack, and she paints the end line for the kill. Third kill for Nelson-Hahn, and another timeout by Iowa Grant. Fennimore 13, Iowa Grant 3 in set number 1 on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 3.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Turpin Dodge salutes Kristen Schroeder, BSN RN Hospice Nurse at Hospice of Dubuque. Turpin will honor Kristen with a donation to Hospice of Dubuque in her honor. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Kristen, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque.
In game 3.
Fennimore out to a 13-3 lead in set number 1 on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Brooklyn Ritchie set to serve once again, already one ace authored in this service, and the serve here is played in the back row by Iowa Grant, and a forward set clears the net to the Fennimore side. Eagles on the attack near side for Nelson-Hahn, trying to set it up, keep it alive, and the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds on the near sideline. Fennimore gets the point, 14 serving 3. Again in set number 1. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. Layla Ritchie goes on the attack for Iowa Grant, and the Panthers will get the point, as Layla Ritchie will be credited with the kill. And Layla Ritchie will serve. 4 serving 14, Iowa Grant with the serve, and Layla Ritchie's serve just clears the net. Low-angled serve, returned by Fennimore. Eagles with it again on their side as Nelson-Hahn with a tap over to the front row on the Panther side. 50-50 ball at the net, and a side pass by Addie Foley sends it to the back row for Fennimore. Eagles on the attack near side. Nelson-Hahn with an attack, dug up in the back row by Iowa Grant, and a backwards pass for the third hit. Sends it to the back row for Fennimore. Zink on the attack. Here's the setup, and a great kill. Painting the corner is Bailey Bray. Thought it was Ritchie setting up for it, but no, it was number 7, Bailey Bray. She gets the kill, and she'll serve for Fennimore. 15 serving 4, and a standing serve for Bray. Panthers trying to return it, and they do. It is a great cross-court kill from the far side. I believe that was Addie Foley who gets credit for the kill that time. 5 serving 15, and now back to serve for Iowa Grant is number 13, Rena Pettit. And her serve arcs over the end line for a service error. Our first service error of the match. Fennimore gets the point, 16 serving 5. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com, and by the Highland State Bank of Highland and at highlandstatebank.net. Running jump serve for Fennimore. Sending it over is number 13, Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn. And Nelson-Hahn will get an ace as that one unplayable for Iowa Grant. All Fennimore in set number 1. 17 serving 5. So I beg your pardon, this is Addison Meckley with the serve. And the ball hit into the net on the Fennimore side after Iowa Grant returns it. And IG gets the point, 6 serving 17. Back to serve is number 12, Presley Lehman, the junior outside hitter for the Panthers. Lehman with a running jump serve just off center of the end line, and that serve arcs over the end line for a service error. Back-to-back service errors for Iowa Grant. 18 serving 6. Now it's Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn serving, and her standing serve goes into the net for a service error, the first service error on the Fennimore side. Volleyball brought to you by Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landesky at Breckler Insurance in Fennimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Serve for Iowa Grant's number 5, Addie Foley, clears the net, and they're going to say Iowa Grant gets the point as Brooklyn Ritchie went on the attack, but they say the ball was out of bounds along the near sideline. So IG gets the point, 8 serving 18. Addie Foley serves again, and her serve goes into the net for a service error. Third service error of this set for Iowa Grant. 19 serving 8, and the libero, Kaylee Shapleski, takes a couple dribbles and ready to send this one over. And a running jump serve. Clears the net. Quinn Hooper pops it up in the back row for Iowa Grant. A backwards pass, and now it's set up for Ritchie. Sends it to the back row. Shapleski digs it out. Set up near side. Great block at the net. Ball kept alive, though, by Bailey Bray. And the ball finds the floor on the Fennimore side. IG gets the point. 9 serving 19 in set number 1. Substitution now for Iowa Grant. Checking out is number 13, Rena Pettit. Back in the match is number 19, the captain, Ellie Moen. And Moen will serve for the Panthers. Running jump serve into the net, service error. It's 4 service errors in a row for Iowa Grant. Fennimore gets the point this time, 20 serving 9. And Briley Zink already with 2 aces on her stat line, set to send this one over. So sent over, ball popped ahead by Ellie Moen. Now it's set up for Ritchie, and Ritchie will get it down for the kill. Layla Ritchie with her 3rd kill of the match unofficially. 10 serving 20. Iowa Grant looking to go on a run and build some momentum heading into set number 2. Emery Raymond now serving for Iowa Grant. A high-velocity serve just clears the net. Chapleski played it for Fennimore, now returns to the Iowa Grant side. Here's the setup for Ritchie, but Ritchie couldn't get under it, and the ball finds the floor on the Iowa Grant side. Fennimore gets the point, 21 serving 10. The Eagles 4 points away from closing out set number 1. Volleyball tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. For the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Brooklyn Ritchie's serve will go down as an ace as it's ricocheted off a fingertip of the Iowa Grant players. Second ace authored by Brooklyn Ritchie in this set. And Ritchie's serve is played in the back row, a diving attempt to keep it alive, and Iowa Grant able to return it on the 3rd hit. Here's the setup for Zink, and Nelson Hahn goes on the attack, but kept alive by Iowa Grant. 50-50 ball at the net, punched over to the back row of Fennimore. Zink with the setup for Nelson Hahn. Hahn able to push it over with the right hand. Now a 50-50 ball at the net. Layla Ritchie loads up, and a great dig in the back by Zink. Near side attack goes off the net, and on the Iowa Grant side of the floor, Fennimore gets the point. Bailey Bray will be credited with the kill. 23 serving 10, all Fennimore in set 1. Brooklyn Ritchie with the serve. Arcs over the net. Popped up to the front row. Now a setup for Layla Ritchie. Ball deflected at the net and finds the floor on the Fennimore side. Layla Ritchie gets the kill, her 4th. 11 serving 23. Iowa Grant serving. As Layla Ritchie will serve once again. Running jump serve into the net. Service error. 5 service errors for Iowa Grant. And now it's Briley Zink, or beg your pardon, number 7, Bailey Bray, set to serve. Set point for the Golden Eagles. Service played on the far side by Moen. Now an attack on the far side, but dug up in the back row by Fennimore. Zink with the setup. The attack for Nelson Hahn. Great block at the net by Iowa Grant, and the Panthers with it on their side. Far side attack, but too strong. Going beyond the end line for number 12, Presley Lehman. And Fennimore wins set number 1, 25-11. Golden Eagles lead 1-0. We'll bring you set number 2 after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Could there be a better name? Auto Value Parts Stores. They aren't just about air fresheners or fuzzy dice. Auto Value Parts Stores are all about parts, auto parts, and advice. Pros who know auto parts with tons of tips when you need them the most. You want real value? Don't go to a place with a cute name. Go to Auto Value. Could there be a better name? I didn't think so. Your Auto Value Parts Store. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe High School Sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In Game 4.
Fennimore leads Iowa Grant 1-0, taking set number 1, 25-11. We'll bring you set number 2 after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In Game 5.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore with a 1-0 lead as we head into set number 2, taking set number 1 from Iowa Grant. 25-11 in our WIAA Division 4 Regional Semifinal. Quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Over on Super Hits 106, Cuba City 15, Darlington 11 in set number 1. On ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, Platteville, and Edgewood are tied at 15 apiece. And on 97.7 Country, WGLR Mineral Point with an 18-15 lead over the Lancaster Flying Arrows in set number 1. All 3 of those matches you can watch on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel tonight as well. Volleyball here is brought to you by Mound City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. By Woodlaw Office, serving you in Fennimore and Basketball, providing Grant County estate planning, elder law, probate, business law, real estate, and municipal law. Call Ben at Woodlaw Office in Fennimore and Basketball. Also by Herm's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herm's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herm's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herm's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's. Gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. The teams have switched sides. Iowa Grant will serve from right to left. Fennimore from left to right as we see it from the best seat in the house in the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. And the second set is underway as Ellie Moen punches it over, and it goes beyond the end line for a service error to open up set number 2. Second service error for Ellie Moen, and the 6th service error of the match for Iowa Grant. Riley Zink will serve for Fennimore, serving along the near side of the end line. Her serve just clears the net. Iowa Grant able to play it, though. 50-50 ball at the net. Kept alive on the Fennimore side, and the forward set will clear the net on the Iowa Grant side. Now Layla Ritchie goes on the attack, and a great block kill at the net by number 8, Brooklyn Ritchie. Ritchie stonewalled the attack by Layla Ritchie on the Iowa Grant side. Ball ends up on the floor. It's Fennimore 2, Iowa Grant nothing in set number 2. Zink set to serve again. Running jump serve for Zink. Punched over with the right hand. Played in the back row by Iowa Grant. Another block at the net, but kept alive as the Ritchies go at it at the center of the court. Now Fennimore able to send it over on the third hit. Backwards pass by IG. Golden Eagles with it on their side as Brooklyn Ritchie just taps it over. Quinn Hooper able to dive dig, clears the net, and then hit into the net on the Fennimore side for Iowa Grant's first point. 2 serving 1, or 1 serving 2, beg your pardon. As Emery Raymanat will serve for the IG Panthers. Fennimore leading 1-0. As the serve is played in the back row by Nelson Hahn. Now Brooklyn Ritchie with a carry, and Iowa Grant will get the point. We're tied at 2. Russell Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Chapleski punches it over for Fennimore on the return of the service, and a near side attack goes out of bounds along the near sideline as number 12, Addison Meckley, couldn't keep it in play. Fennimore gets the points, and Brooklyn Ritchie will serve for Fennimore, 3 serving 2. Right-handed serve kept alive in the back row, and a carry called against Iowa Grant as Carly Shores tried to tap it over the net, but got under it too much with her fingertips, and now it's 4 serving 2. Brooklyn Ritchie with the serve. Ball pops up in the back row by Raymanat. Pushed ahead, and a backwards pass by Shores. Sends it to the back row as Ritchie able to play it. Now Nelson Hahn goes on the attack, and Layla Ritchie with the block and the kill for Iowa Grant. That is the 5th kill for Layla Ritchie. 3 serving 4. As Layla Ritchie taking a couple dribbles, spins the ball, and a running jump serve to send it over. Chapleski plays in the back row for Fennimore. Near side attack by Bailey Bray. Blocked at the net, kept alive on the Fennimore side. Now Nelson Hahn loading up. Ball ricocheted at the net. Shores taps it up, and now Layla Ritchie goes on the attack from the back row. Dug up in the back by Chapleski. 50-50 ball at the net. On the Iowa Grant side, popped up in the back row, and a backwards pass for the third hit sends it to the Fennimore side. Set up, attack for Nelson Hahn, and a block by Shores. Popped up sky high on the Fennimore side, and a forward set clears the net. Now Ritchie loading up for the attack. Ball popped up on the Fennimore side, and an attack, and a kill for number 14, Kylie Cole. Kylie Cole sends it to the back row, and Layla Ritchie couldn't handle it cleanly. Ball ricochets out of bounds. Fennimore gets the point. 5 serving 3. Bailey Bray serving. Serves over the top of the net. Quinn Hooper pushes it to the front row. Now an attack. Ball skirts the top of the net, but kept alive. Now an attack for Nelson Hahn, but it ricochets off the side of her wrist and finds the floor on the Fennimore side. IG gets the point. 4 serving 5 in set number 2. Fennimore leading 1-0. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont, and the serve goes into the net for a service error for Carly Shores. Fennimore's point, 6 serving 4. Substitution now as number 12, Addison Meckley, checks into the match, sending Kylie Cole to take a seat. Addison Meckley with a running jump serve just off the center of the end line. All pushed up to the front row. Now a forward set for the third hit. Fennimore with it back on their side. Meckley, and now a far side attack. Ball rolls over the net and finds the floor on the IG side. As Peyton Lindowski putting a bit of a twist on the ball as she hit it back to the Iowa Grant side. 7 serving 4. Fennimore control in set number 2, leading 1-0. Another running jump serve for Meckley. Arcs over the net, pops up in the back row, and now a backwards pass and a side pass for the third hit for Iowa Grant. Ellie Zink sets it up. Punched over by Lindowski, diving dig in the back row by Iowa Grant. Now an attack near side, and getting it down for the kill is number 12, Presley Lehman. Able to get it down in between two defenders on the Fennimore front row. 4 serving 8, with Presley Lehman serving once again. Running jump serve for Lehman. Push over with the right hand. Chapleski plays it, although it may have had a chance of going out of bounds. And finding the floor is Rhiannon Nelson Hahn. Didn't have to put a lot of smoke behind it. Able to find a spot where the defenders weren't. Fennimore's point, 9 serving 4. In set number 2. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. And the serve for Nelson Hahn goes into the net for a service error, her second service error of the match. IG's point, 6 serving 8. Addie Foley set to serve. She's got 1 kill and 1 service error on her stat line. And her serve just clears the net. Nelson Hahn plays it in the back row. Chapleski will send it over for the third hit with the right hand. Now set up on the near side attack for Lexi Cools. Popped up along the sideline near side, but kept alive by Fennimore. They send it over in 3 hits. Now set up in the middle for Layla Ritchie, but a great block kill at the net for Brooklyn Ritchie. Brooklyn Ritchie once again stonewalling the net, preventing the attack by Layla Ritchie. 9 serving 6. Advantage Fennimore and the libero, Kaylee Chapleski, serving. Chapleski's serve, a rocket, clears the net in the back row. Now Layla Ritchie sends it over at the third hit with the right hand. Bailey Bray punches it over for the third hit for Fennimore, and it arcs beyond the end line for an error. Iowa Grant gets the point. 7 serving 9. This is Ellie Moen with the running jump serve for Iowa Grant. 2 Fennimore players dive to keep it alive, but it's returned to the Iowa Grant side. Now Layla Ritchie goes on the attack. Another block kill for Brooklyn Ritchie. Brooklyn Ritchie doing well defensively, preventing those big attacks by Layla Ritchie of Iowa Grant. 10 serving 7. Briley Zink serving for Fennimore. The serve clears the net, and diving to keep it alive was the libero Quinn Hooper, but it ricochets out of bounds, and that's an ace for Zink, her third of the match. And a timeout taken by Iowa Grant, as Fennimore has jumped out to an 11-7 lead in set number 2 and leads 1-0. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
Better health starts here, and that means getting the care you need close to home when you need it. Grant Regional Health Center offers a wide variety of outpatient services, including wound care, IV infusions, injections, blood transfusions, antibiotic therapy, and much more. We've expanded our offerings to better serve you. Before you travel out of town or hours away, call us at 608-723-1309 to inquire about receiving outpatient services here. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe High School Sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In Game 6.
Set number 2, Fennimore leading Iowa Grant 11-7. Fennimore leading 1-0. Briley Zink set to serve it over coming out of the Iowa Grant timeout. Carly Shores with a set, now an attack on the far side for Iowa Grant, but a great dig in the back row by Fennimore. Eagles go on the attack. Kylie Cole pushes it over. Kylie Shores with it with a set, and now a cross-court kill attempt, but dug up in the back row by Fennimore. Eagles on the attack near side. And a great diving dig in the back row by Ellie Moen to keep it alive for Iowa Grant. 50-50 ball at the net, tapped over. Great dig by Shapletsky. And now Layla Ritchie goes on the attack, and if ball finds the floor on the Fennimore side, Layla Ritchie with her 6th kill of the match. Iowa Grant gets the point, 8 serving 11 in set number 2. Burnham Lumber in Rui. See Burnham Lumber for all of your agricultural, commercial, and residential projects. Burnham Lumber in Rui. Running jump serve for Iowa Grant as Nelson Hahn pops it up in the back row for the Eagles. Brooklyn Ritchie goes on the attack near side. Ball dug up in the back row by Iowa Grant. And Layla Ritchie will bump it over to the Fennimore side. Another attack by Brooklyn Ritchie, dug up in the back row by Iowa Grant. Quickly returned, and that one sent over. And I believe It is Iowa Grant's point as the return went out of bounds on the far side. 9 serving 11. With number 11, Emery Raymanap serving. Raymanap serve played by Nelson Hahn in the back row. Push ahead to the front row and a side set for the second hit. Sends it over to the Iowa Grant side. Haley Bray with a 50-50 ball at the net. Ball returns to the Fennimore side. Now load up for Brooklyn Ritchie. Paints the corner for the kill. Brooklyn Ritchie's on one tonight. 7 kills for her on the match. 12 serving 9, and Ritchie will serve for the Golden Eagles. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Ginger and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Ritchie serve played in the back row by Iowa Grant, and Raymanap will send it over on the third hit from the back row. Eagles on the attack on the far side. It finds the floor and stays in bounds on the far sideline. As Kylie Cole will be credited with the kill. That's her second unofficially. 13 serving 9. Brooklyn Ritchie serving once again for the Eagles. Serve just skirts the top of the net, kept alive in the back row, and now set up near side for the attack for Lehman. Ball popped up sky high in the back row on the Fennimore side. Nelson Hahn on the attack. Great block at the net by Layla Ritchie. Whistle blows and a carry called against Fennimore. Iowa Grant will get the point. 10 serving 13 in set number 2. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz of the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fennimore. Layla Ritchie serving this time for Iowa Grant. Returned by Fennimore on 2 hits. Here's the setup in the middle and the attack dug up in the back row by Brooklyn Ritchie. A backwards pass to the back row for Fennimore, and then Ritchie able to send it over for the third hit. Now Lehman on the attack, trying to go across court. And it's Iowa Grant's point as Lehman able to place the ball where the defenders weren't between the 2 rows on the far side. Beautifully placed, and Iowa Grant gets the point. 11 serving 13 with number 20, Layla Ritchie serving. Ritchie's serve arcs over the end line for a service error. Second service error of the match for Layla Ritchie. Fennimore gets the point, 14 serving 11. Bailey Bray with a couple dribbles and set to send it over with a standing serve. Clears the net and returned on 3 hits by Iowa Grant. Now the Eagles with it on the attack as Nelson Hahn able to place it between the 2 defenders along the front row to find the floor. Nelson Hahn with another kill. That's her 5th. And it's 15 serving 11. Another standing serve for Bailey Bray. Popped up by Quinn Hooper in the back row for Iowa Grant. Here's the attack from the near side. And ball goes beyond the end line. Too much on it by number 12, Presley Lehman. 16 serving 11. As Bailey Bray works her way down to the far side of the end line now. And a timeout on the floor, I believe by Iowa Grant. As it is 16-11. Fennimore leading Iowa Grant in set number 2. We'll keep it here. I'll tell you that our match is brought to you by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, sear installation, and refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fennimore. People's State Bank, for personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. And by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast table here at Fennimore High School on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Coming out of the timeout. That was the second timeout taken by the Panthers. They don't have any timeouts in the set now. And the serve returned by Iowa Grant, and getting the kill is Addie Foley. Right place, right time for Foley, and able to spin that one down. Painting the end line, and now another serve for Iowa Grant. It's 12 serving 16. Brooklyn Ritchie punches it over from the back row for the third hit for Fennimore. Now a near side attack for Lehman. Popped up sky high by Zink. 50-50 ball at the net and finds the floor on the Fennimore side. As Kylie Cole caught out of position, nothing she could do there. Iowa Grant gets the point, 13 serving 16. Panthers trying to come back to life in set 2. Carly Shore's serve clears the net, and unable to return it was Nelson Hahn. It went off her wrist and spun to find the floor on the Fennimore side. So Shores will serve once again for Iowa Grant, 14 serving 16. And the serve goes into the net for Shores for a service error. Second service error for Shores on the match. Substitution for Fennimore. Now serving is number 12, Addison Meckley, sending Kylie Cole to the bench. Addison Meckley with 1 ace on her stat line so far tonight, and a running jump serve, 17 serving 14. Ball pushed ahead to the front row, and now a back row attack by Raymond. 50-50 ball at the net. Quinn Hooper diving to try and keep it alive, but the ball finds the floor. Can't get the pancake save that time. And it's 18 serving 14. Meckley will serve again. Meckley with a running jump serve, clears the net. Moen pops it up as Foley passes over to Raymond, and Raymond will send it over on the third hit. Now a far side attack, great block at the net by Addie Foley, and she'll get the kill too. Addie Foley with the block kill. Iowa Grant gets the point, 15 serving 18. And it'll be Presley Lehman serving, 2 kills and 1 service error on her stat line unofficially so far. And a running jump serve for Lehman will go down as an ace. Landed right in front of Addison Meckley in the back row for Fennimore. Maybe caught her out of position a little bit, and now it's 16 serving 18. Iowa Grant gradually working their way back into this one in set number 2. So will be returned by Fennimore on 3 hits, and now a setup in the middle and a forward punch over to the Fennimore side. Attack far side, dug up in the back row by Quinn Hooper of Iowa Grant. Panthers go on the attack in the middle. Addie Foley paints the corner for the kill. Addie Foley brought the smoke, and Fennimore wants to talk things over. Iowa Grant back to within 1, 17 serving 18 in set number 2. Fennimore leading 1-0. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for milking and cooling brand products and a full portfolio of high-tech dairy and cooling equipment. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and FullersMilkerCenter.com.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In Game 7.
17 serving 18 coming out of the Fennimore timeout. Ball returned by the Golden Eagles, and now Iowa Grant sends it back to the Fennimore side. Here's the setup and the attack in the middle. Pots up sky high in the front row for Iowa Grant. Now an attack, and getting it down for the kill is Lexi Cools. 18-18 in set number 2. Iowa Grant trailed by 4 earlier, but they've been able to gradually gain points on Fennimore in the second set. And Iowa Grant with an opportunity for their first lead of the match. Presley Lehman set to serve again for IG. Running jump serve, arcs over the net. Ball pushed ahead by Meckley, and a dive to keep it alive for Fennimore, and they're able to return it on 3 hits. Here's the setup in the middle for Foley, and a great block at the net kept alive on the Fennimore side. Ball sent to the back row on the Iowa Grant side of the net. Here's the setup in the middle. Addie Foley will push it over to the back row on the Fennimore side. Eagles on the attack, far side, Nelson Hahn. Ball popped up sky high, hits the rafter, kept alive on a bump, and a side pass will send it to the back row on the Fennimore side again. 50-50 ball at the net, Zink pops it over, Hooper pops it up, and ball returned on 3 hits is Chapleski able to keep it alive. Now Nelson Hahn loads up, and the ball finds the floor. For Fennimore's Nelson Hahn, somehow, some way, able to put the ball in the spot where two defenders couldn't play it cleanly. Fennimore gets the point, and the Eagles back in front, 19 serving 18 in set number 2. My goodness, what a rally. Mallory French will serve for Fennimore. Standing serve, playing the back row by Quinn Hooper. Popped up to the front row, now an attack near side for Lexi Cools. Ball sent to the back row as Chipleski pushes to the front. Tapped over. Diving dig to keep it alive along the front row for Iowa Grant. And a backwards pass by Foley sends it to the back row on the Fennimore side. Here's the attack by Brooklyn Ritchie. Popped up, trying to chase it down, but it hits the wall. And Ritchie gets the kill again, her 8th unofficially. Brooklyn Ritchie with 8 kills. And it's 20 serving 18. Fennimore back in front. Mallory French with a standing serve. Over the net. Ball pushed ahead by Quinn Hooper. And a great block at the net by Fennimore, but kept alive on the IG side. Far side attack. Ball pushed ahead to the front row on the Fennimore side. Another setup and a near side attack for Cools. And able to split the 2 rows. Finding the floor. Chipleski tried a pancake save to keep it alive, but couldn't do it. A kill for Lexi Cools. 19 serving 20. Tight one in set number 2. Andy Foley with a running jump serve on the far side. It's a liner played in the back row by Fennimore. Now an attack on the far side by Ritchie. And a backward set. Sends it back to the Fennimore side. Fennimore able to return it on 3 hits. And a miscommunication between Layla Ritchie and Ellie Moen. As the ball finds the floor for Fennimore. Substitution for Fennimore, Peyton Landowski checks out. Back in is Bailey Bray. Serving for Fennimore's number 0, the libero, Kaylee Chipleski. Chipleski will send it over with the right hand. Ball pushed ahead into the net and somehow kept alive by Iowa Grant. 50-50 ball at the net. Brooklyn Ritchie goes on the attack. Great diving dig in the back row, and Quinn Hooper able to clear the net for the 3rd hit, and it ricochets out of bounds. And Iowa Grant gets the point. 20 serving 21. Great reaction, great defense by Iowa Grant, catching Fennimore off guard. And now 20 serving 21. Ellie Moen, one of the 10 seniors on the team, will send it over. I'll play in the back row by Meckley. Here's a setup for Brooklyn Ritchie and a whistle, and Iowa Grant gets the point. 4 hits called against Fennimore. We are tied at 21 in set 2. You can't do that chance by the Iowa Grant student section on the far side of the floor. Moen will send it over. Serve arcs over the net to the back row of Fennimore. Bailey Bray goes on the attack, and she paints the near sideline for the kill. Bailey Bray with her 3rd kill of the match unofficially. And just when Iowa Grant is on the verge of taking the lead, Fennimore has an answer. Now it's 22 serving 21. Briley Zink will serve. And her serve is returned on 2 hits, but it goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Untouched by Fennimore. Iowa Grant with no timeouts remaining in this set. And Fennimore 2 points away from closing out set number 2 and taking a 2-0 lead. Running jump serve by Zink. Popped up to the front row by Quinn Hooper, and Layla Ritchie will get the kill again for Iowa Grant. (22 serving 23). Iowa Grant serving. Emery Raymanap will try and tie it up. Here's the running jump serve. Serve clears the net. Chipleski pushes to the front row for Fennimore, and she goes on the attack from the back row, and a diving dig to try and keep it alive by Raymanap, but it goes out of bounds, and it's set point for Fennimore. 24 serving 22. Brooklyn Ritchie will serve for the Eagles. Running jump serve, clears the net, push to the front row, 50-50 ball at the net, and touching it down for the kill is Rihanna Nelson-Hahn. And Fennimore will take set number 2, 25-22. Fennimore leading 2-0. We'll go to set number 3 after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 8.
Hello, Amy here from Cuba City Family Dental. Part of our dedication to excellence in the dental services we offer are same-day crowns. Instead of return visits to our office, we can diagnose and fix your tooth in one day at any of our 3 convenient locations. Call us when you are in need and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center Monroe High School Sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In game 8.
Fennimore with a 2-0 lead on Iowa Grant, taking the first 2 sets 25-11, 25-22. Volleyball tonight brought to you by Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And by Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Set number 3 coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 9.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersAndDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at AM1590WPVL.com.
In game 9.
High school volleyball on X1071, sponsored by Woodlaw Office, serving you in Fennimore, and Basketball, providing Grant County estate planning, elder law, probate, business law, real estate, and municipal law. Call Ben at Woodlaw Office, Fennimore, and Basketball. By Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. By West End Salvage of Lancaster, see Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. By Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. And by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneville, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at Ritchie'sInc.com. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house, the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. Fennimore set to serve. They will serve from right to left as I see it from the booth and as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. And now a 1-0 lead as another block kill at the net for Brooklyn Ritchie. 9 kills by my count unofficially for Ritchie, and it's 1-0 Fennimore trying to close it out in 3 sets, and a running jump serve by the libero, Kaylee Chapletsky. And that will go out of bounds on a ricochet and an ace for Chapletsky. 2-0 Fennimore on top of Iowa Grant in set number 3. Fennimore won the first 2 sets, 25-11, 25-22. Chapletsky with a serve, and that goes into the net for a service error, which have been far and few between for Fennimore tonight. They didn't have any service errors in set 2. They had 2 in set 1, and their first here in set number 3. Running jump serve for Iowa Grant. Ball push ahead to the front row. Zink sets it up. Ritchie with the attack, and Brooklyn Ritchie with another kill with authority. A lot of exit velocity on that hit. 3 serving 1. Fennimore on top as Ellie Moen checks out, and now into the match is number 6, Bryn Pettit. As Briley Zink will serve for Fennimore on the far side of the floor. Jump serve for Briley Zink, arcs over the net. Quinn Hooper pushes ahead to the front row. Backward set, now an attack near side. Ball pops up in the front row of the Fennimore side. Eagles go on the attack, and too much smoke that time for Bailey Bray. Tried to pave the corner, but it goes beyond the end line for Iowa Grant's point. 2 serving 3. Volleyball brought to you by the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville, offering a history of caring and understanding that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. Served by Iowa Grant. Returned by Fennimore, 50-50 ball at the net, kept alive on the Fennimore side, but the Eagles can't return it as the ball nearly went in to the second row of the bleachers on the far side of the floor. We are tied at 3 in set number 3. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. Back to serve once again is Emery Raymanap for Iowa Grant. Raymanap punches it over with the right hand. Popped up in the back row by Fennimore. Backward set. And Brooklyn Ritchie will push it over for the third hit. Set up in the middle for Layla Ritchie. She sends it over. Nelson Hahn pops it up. And now a far side attack for Kylie Cole. Great dig in the back row by Iowa Grant. Set up for Layla Ritchie. Her attack is popped up sky high. And now a return into the net for Kylie Cole. And Iowa Grant has their first lead of the match. 4 serving 3 in set number 3. Volleyball brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Running jump serve for Raymanap. Hit high into the air and then returned on the third hit by Fennimore. Panthers go on the attack. Riley Zink pops it up in the back row for the Eagles, and now Kylie Cole goes on the attack again, and somehow, someway finds the floor. Able to get it off the fingertips of Layla Ritchie on the IG side of it, and we are tied at 4 apiece in set number 3. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Carly Shores with a 50-50 ball at the net, but a block and a kill for Fennimore, and that will go to Kylie Cole. That's her third kill of the match. 5 serving 4. As a running jump serve for Brooklyn Ritchie. This one's a rocket, popped up in the back row by Raymanap, and now Layla Ritchie goes on the attack for Iowa Grant, and able to get it down right in front of a diving Braley Zink in the back row, or beg your pardon, Brooklyn Ritchie diving for that one that time for the back row. Tied at 5 in set number 3. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. Iowa Grant has to win the next 3 sets in a row if they want to advance to the regional final on Saturday night. And Shapletsky will return it for Fennimore, but it goes beyond the end line. And Iowa Grant gets the point. IG in front, 6 serving 5 in set 3. Herm's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herm's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herm's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herm's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Service returned by Fennimore. Eagles back with it on their side, and Nelson Hahn bringing the heat. Slamming it down for the kill. Rena Nelson Hahn with her 7th kill of the match by my count. We are tied at 6 apiece in set 3. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. Bailey Bray serving for Fennimore. Punches it over with the right hand. Now a setup in the middle as Hooper able to push it over on a bump. Zink with a setup for Nelson Hahn. And ball hit into the net but kept alive and returned somehow on 3 hits by Iowa Grant. Nelson Hahn loads up again. Ball ricocheted at the net. Carly Shores setting up Addie Foley, but getting it down is Nelson Hahn for the block and the kill. Rena Nelson Hahn and Brooklyn Ritchie doing work in the front row for Fennimore. 7 serving 6 and a service error for Bailey Bray, her first of the match. 4th on the team as a whole for Fennimore. Iowa Grant gets the point. We're tied at 7 apiece. Russell Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. Ball hit into the air, and it goes off the hoop on the IG side of the floor. Fennimore gets the point. 8 serving 7. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Addison Meckley will push it over for Fennimore. 8 serving 7. And IG able to return it on 3 hits. Ball in the back row for Fennimore. Now a setup for the attack. And that one popped up as Lindowski's attack is defended by Iowa Grant. IG with it on their side. Addie Foley loads up. Shapletsky pushes to the front row for Fennimore in a backward set. Caught IG out guard for a moment, but still kept alive. And now Fennimore back with it on their side. Nelson Hahn loading up, and she gets it down for the kill. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn doing work. 9 serving 7. Advantage Fennimore. Fennimore trying to go for the sweep on their small rivals. And a running jump serve goes into the net by Edison Meckley. And all of a sudden, Fennimore are having a hard time with some of the serves here in set 3. Fennimore does lead, but Iowa Grant serve 8 serving 9 with number 12 Presley Lehman serving. The serve right side off the end line. Ball quickly returned by Nelson Hahn. Going cross court. IG ricochets it out of bounds. 10 serving 8. As it's number 13, Rhiannon Nelson Hahn, set to serve once again for Fennimore. Standing serve, right side of the end line, pops up to the front row of Iowa Grant. Panthers go on the attack. Ball pops up in the front row. Another far side attack for Fennimore. Ball dug up in the back row by Lehman, and now a side pass by Foley. Sends it to the back row on the Fennimore side. Zink with the setup. The attack by Brooklyn Ritchie. Great dig by Quinn Hooper in the back row. Here's the setup in the middle, and Shapletsky can't control it in the back row for Fennimore, and Iowa Grant gets the point. Eddie Foley with authority, sending it to the back row, and it ricochets off Shapletsky. Iowa Grant gets the point. 9 serving 10. Eddie Foley serving for the Panthers. And the serve goes into the net for a service error. Second service error for Eddie Foley on the match. Fennimore 11 serving Iowa Grant 9 in set number 3. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. Kaylee Shapletsky serving as a quick huddle taken by Fennimore as the ladder official fixing the antenna on the far side. And since we got a brief stoppage, we'll tell you that our match is brought to you by McNutt Electric at Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNutt Electric in Belmont. At Breckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fennimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. The Highland State Bank of Highland and at HighlandStateBank.net. And by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. Coach Beckwar working with the ladder official to get the antenna secured once again, and we will resume play. 11 serving 9 as Kaylee Shapletsky's serve played in the back row by Quinn Hooper. Here's the setup on the attack for Layla Ritchie. Ball dug up in the back row by Shapletsky, push ahead to the front. The ball punched over for the third hit by Fennimore. Panthers on the attack. Layla Ritchie putting some backspin on that hit, catching Fennimore off guard. Ball finds the floor, and Iowa Grant gets the point. And it's on as Layla Ritchie's 8th kill. 10 serving 11. Ellie Moen serving for Iowa Grant, and it goes into the net for a service error. That's the third service error of the match for Ellie Moen. 10 serving 12. Or 12 serving 10, beg your pardon. Fennimore's serve as Zink sends it over, quickly returned by Iowa Grant. Nelson Hahn setting it up for Kylie Cole on the far side. Great block at the net by Layla Ritchie. Now Brooklyn Ritchie on the attack for Fennimore, popped up in the back row by Quinn Hooper. Set up on the far side attack. A forward set kept alive by Bailey Bray, and Bray gets it right back, tried to send it over, and Fennimore gets the point. As they say, the return by Ritchie went out of bounds on the near side. So Fennimore's point, 13 serving 10. As Briley Zink serving once again for the Golden Eagles. Running jump serve for Zink. Soars over the net, and that's an ace as IG can't return it. That's the 4th ace of the match for Zink, and a timeout taken by Iowa Grant. 14-10 in set number 3. Fennimore leads, and the Eagles have a 2-0 lead on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe High School Sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In game 10.
Back to the action in Fennimore, 14 serving 10 as Layla Ritchie with the return and getting the kill from that middle hitter's position, able to slam it down between the two rows. Iowa Grant gets the point, and another kill for Layla Ritchie. Had that down as her 9th. 11 serving 14 in set number 3. Fennimore leading 2-0 on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Running jump serve by Emery Raymanap, kept alive by Fennimore in the back row, and the Eagles run the attack, and Bailey Bray with another kill for the Eagles. 15 serving 11. Brooklyn Ritchie serving once again for Fennimore. Running jump serve for Ritchie. And unable to play it cleanly was Bryn Pettit. An ace for Ritchie. That's her 3rd. And it's 16 serving 11. Fennimore going on a bit of a run here in set 3. And Ritchie with another ace. Back-to-back aces for Brooklyn Ritchie, and just like that, Fennimore has a 6-point lead in set 3 and looking to host the regional final on Saturday night. Running jump serve for Ritchie. Ball pops up in the back row. Now Layla Ritchie with a setup on the far side, and getting it down for the kill is Presley Lehman. Twelve serving 17. Iowa Grant serving. Layla Ritchie will serve. Running jump serve just off the center of the end line. Pop up by Zink. Nelson Hahn with the attack. Ball popped up in the back row by Raymanap. Eddie Foley punches it over with the right hand. Now Fennimore with it on their side. Nelson Hahn with the setup on the near side attack. Ball popped up. 50-50 ball at the net. And he dived to keep it alive, but it hits the net, then the floor. A block kill for Fennimore. Couldn't tell if that was number 14, Kylie Cole, or number 13, Rhiannon Nelson Hahn, but we'll give it credit to Cole. And it's 18 serving 12. Quinn Hooper pops it up in the back row off the Fennimore serve, and a backwards pass by Foley sends it to the back row of the Fennimore side. Zink with the setup, and Landowski went on the attack but hit it into the net instead. Iowa Grant's point. 13 serving 18. Rena Pettit serving for Iowa Grant. Standing serve. Sent over with the right hand. Shapleski pushes it to the front row. Climbing the ladder was Rhiannon Nelson Hahn, and the officials initially said it was point Iowa Grant, but it ends up being Fennimore's point. And now it's 19 serving 13. Kylie Cole checks out. Now into serve for Fennimore is Addison Meckley. And a whistle as players didn't rotate for Fennimore. Now the ladder official talking to Rhiannon Nelson Hahn. And it is Iowa Grant's point, 14 serving 19. Presley Lehman serving. And the serve sent over to the back row. Meckley pushes it to the front row for Fennimore, and the attack goes out of bounds by Peyton Landowski. Iowa Grant's point, 15 serving 19. Lehman set to serve one more time. Here's a serve by Lehman. Over the net, popped up by Shaplepsky, and now an attack from the back row by Brooklyn Ritchie. IG with it on their side. Ball punched over by Addie Foley. Now Zink with the setup in the middle. Nelson Hahn with the attack. Paints the corner for the kill again. And a timeout by Iowa Grant. That is Iowa Grant's final timeout of this third set. Fennimore with a 20-15 lead. We'll keep it here. Tell you that volleyball is brought to you by Southwest Health. With over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. By Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Wood Law Office serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel, providing Grant County estate planning, elder law, probate, business law, real estate, and municipal law. Call Ben at Wood Law Office, Fennimore, and Boscobel. And by Mountain City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead and have a now 21-15 lead in set number 3. Eagles 4 points away from playing for the regional championship. And an ace as Iowa Grant can't return it on 3 hits. 22 serving 15. Rena Nelson Hahn with her second ace of the match. And she'll serve one more time, far side of the end line. Her serve just clears the net. Quinn Hooper diving to keep it alive in the back row for Iowa Grant, and a forward bump sends it over for the third hit for Iowa Grant. Now an attack in the middle for Brooklyn Ritchie, and another kill. Brooklyn Ritchie with kill number 11 by my count. 23 serving 15. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn 2 points away for closing it out for Fennimore. Standing serve for Nelson Hahn. Quinn Hooper pushes to the front row for Iowa Grant. Lexi Cools goes on the attack, goes over the end line, and it is match point. 24 serving 15. Rena Nelson Hahn's serve played by Quinn Hooper. Here's the setup for Addie Foley, and gets it down for the kill. Iowa Grant with a pulse, 16 serving 24. And Foley will serve for Iowa Grant. Serving near side off the end line. Her service played by Nelson Hahn in the back row for Fennimore, and the attack goes into the net for Brooklyn Ritchie. 17 serving 24. Addie Foley and the Panthers looking for a miracle run here in set 3, trying to keep their season alive. The serve by Foley, played in the back row by Fennimore. Now the attack for Ritchie, ball deflected in the air. Now a set and return for the third hit by Alexi Cools. Now the setup in the middle, Brooklyn Ritchie, and a block kill at the net for Layla Ritchie. Panthers still alive, 18 serving 24. Panthers not going down without a fight. Here's Addie Foley's serve. Goes beyond the end line. Service error, and Fennimore wins 3-0. 25-11, 25-22, and 25-18. The Fennimore Golden Eagles improved to 28-11 on the season, and they will host the regional championship on Saturday night. They await the winner of number 4-seeded River Ridge and number 5-seeded Bangor, and we will have that match for you right here on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And the Iowa Grant Panthers will finish with a record of 9-25. And there are 10 seniors that have played their final match in an Iowa Grant Panthers uniform, and they include Quinn Hooper, Taylor Zoa, Lexi Cools, Addie Foley, Emery Raymanap, Trinity Baker, Lena McPhail, Ellie Moen, Layla Ritchie, and Delaney Reed. Our volleyball coverage tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. Freeing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Coming up next, we will bring you the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-match show. We'll pick out a tri-court turning point, the Hershey's Ace Hardware MVP, and the West End Salvage Scrapper of the match. That's all straight ahead here on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 11.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
Help everyone in our community stay warm this winter. Donate to Platteville Holiday Project's Coats for Kids campaign. Gently used winter coats and snowsuits can be dropped off at Tobacco Credit Union in Platteville, On Camp of Platteville, and area churches. Donations are accepted through November 7th and can be sized infant to adult. Help make a difference and support Coats for Kids with Tobacco Credit Union and X1071.
In Game 11.
Fennimore, your winner over Iowa Grant, 3-0, 25-11, 25-22, and 25-18. Our post-match show coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 12.
Turpin Dodge salutes Kristen Schroeder, BSN RN Hospice Nurse at Hospice of Dubuque. Turpin will honor Kristen with a donation to Hospice of Dubuque in her honor. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Kristen, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
In Game 12.
Time now for the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-match show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore, your winner over Iowa Grant, 3-0, 25-11, 25-22, and 25-18. We are joined by the victorious head coach, Mickey Beckwar of Fennimore. Coach, congrats on the win. A very strong performance by your team here tonight. Looks like the team was very crisp with their passes and the great setups, able to set things up for Brooklyn Ritchie and Rena Nelson Hahn to get all the kills that they had here tonight. Talk about the performance by your team tonight, because it looked outstanding from our vantage point.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a team effort here. I mean, we've been really working on our back row, had the passes right there, so our setter was able to get it and put it down, and even blocking, they did a phenomenal job shutting down their middle, which we knew was going to be tough, and I think they did a nice job. There wasn't, I mean, we served really well. It just, they came together and clicked as a team really well tonight. Yeah,
it really seemed like Brooklyn was able to neutralize Layla Ritchie, because we saw she was loading up for those attacks, but she was able to stonewall those at the line. And talk about the differences that you saw in this matchup compared to the 5-set match that your team saw, just a few weeks ago. A lot of adjustments, it seemed like that was made, and a lot of things ended up going more in your favor tonight.
Yeah, so we're usually used to double blocking, but with Ree being out, we had some people that were blocking that weren't used to blocking, so we were so off. They weren't going up for the blocks on time. We weren't closing the gaps, and we've really been working on that now with Ree being back in, a new lineup on top of it again. We tweaked it some more, and we've really been working on, we know we're going to have to block, because we know coming ahead there's going to be some big swingers, and we've got to make sure we slow it down.
All right, I'm going to ask you who the MVP is tonight, brought to you by Herm's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Herm's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Herm's will be the MVP for your next project in your home. Go to Herm's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. There's a number of different players you could go to for the MVP of the match. Who's the one that you would point out as the one that had the stellar performance here tonight?
I think I would give it to Brooklyn Ritchie, just because she did her job. We knew when we went in, she had to be right there with Layla Ritchie at all time, and she did her job.
Yeah, she really shadowed Layla Ritchie and able to neutralize her, especially in those first two sets. And then I'll ask you about our scrapper of the match, brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. It's the player whose hustleness and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. Who had the scrappier side performance-wise here tonight for Fennimore?
I think our back row, Kaylee Shapluski did an awesome job getting in there and getting she did a phenomenal job getting in there, scrapping up and getting some passes up to Briley to give it to our hitters.
All right, excellent. And then final question. We know that you're hosting the regional championship on Saturday night, awaiting the winner of River Ridge and Bangor. I see that they are tied at 1 set apiece right now. So what do you know about both River Ridge and Bangor, and what are the things you're going to be emphasizing with your team heading into the matchup on Saturday night?
Well, I think both teams are very scrappy from the tapes I've seen. So we have got to be ready for them, to maybe picking up our digs a little bit, our hits a little bit more than they did tonight. I do believe Bangor has a outside hitter that we're going to have to really shut down. We have not come up against River Ridge. When we come up against them, they're always a scrappy team, and we never know what's going to come out when we play against them.
Yep, should be a fun matchup regardless of who the opponent is. We're looking forward to being here on Saturday night. Go enjoy this win, and we'll see you then on Saturday night right here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Thanks.
All right, that's Mickey Beckwar, the victorious head coach for Fennimore. The 3-0 win over the Iowa Grand Panthers here tonight in our Division 4 regional semifinal. We'll be back with more on the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-match show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 3 minutes.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painters trust Kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain blocking power. Now, the full lineup is only at the one place pros rely on. Need it fast? Get same day or next day delivery, or order online and pick up in store. Kills primers exclusively at the Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as 1 pack of cigarettes.
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Back on the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-match show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore, your winner over Iowa Grant in our WIAA Division 4 regional semifinal, 3-0, 25-11, 25-22, and 25-18. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. The best seat in the house and an outstanding performance by the Fennimore Golden Eagles here this evening. They will host the regional championship on Saturday night, and we will have that match on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And they await the winner of River Ridge and Bangor, and right now Bangor with a 2-1 lead on River Ridge. So we'll see if the Wolves can come back and force a fifth set. And set up a matchup between local teams in our regional championship on Saturday night. Other final scores we can tell you about on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Mineral Point sweeps Lancaster 25-17, 25-14, and 25-22. And Madison Edgewood with a 14-10 lead in set number 3. Platteville leading 2-0 over on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. And last update we have on Darlington, Cuba City, the Redbirds with a 2-1 lead on the Cubans as Darlington took set 3, 25-20. RJ Osterhaus with the call of that over on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with more stats from tonight's match as our post-match show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game, 2 minutes.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
Post-game, 2 minutes.
Breeze Wealth Management at Edward Jones Post-Match Show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Fennimore, your winner over Iowa Grant, 3-0, 25-11, 25-22, and 25-18. We asked Coach Mickey Beckwar a couple segments ago about the Harvest Hardware MVP of the match, and she nominated Brooklyn Ritchie, who, by my stat line, had 11 kills on the match and 4 aces, and was really the big defensive specialist trying to neutralize Iowa Grant's Layla Ritchie, who on her own had 10 kills for Iowa Grant. But Brooklyn Ritchie, the MVP of the match. An outstanding performance as well by Rihanna Nelson-Hahn for Fennimore. She had 11 kills and 2 aces on her stat line. Other players with kills for Fennimore, again, very unofficial numbers. Bailey Bray with 4, Peyton Landusky with 1, and Kylie Cole with 4. In terms of aces on the match, 13 aces for Fennimore and only 5 service errors on the match for the Golden Eagles. And for Iowa Grant, besides Layla Ritchie,
Me, I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends. Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Post-game 1 minute.
Back on the air on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Apologies for going off the air for just a moment ago. The power cord got unplugged, so knocked me off the air for just a brief moment. But as we were talking about for Iowa Grant, the Panthers were led by Layla Ritchie with 10 kills on the match, 6 kills for Addie Foley, 3 for Presley Lehman, and 2 for Lexi Cools. 1 ace on the match for the Panthers here tonight, and that one belonged to Presley Lehman. And service errors for Iowa Grant, 11 total for the Panthers here tonight in their final match of the season. Again, the Panthers finished with a record of 9-25. They were 1-6 in the SWAL this year. Good for 7th place in a very tough SWAL in this 2025 campaign, and there are 10 total seniors that have played their final volleyball match in an Iowa Grant Panthers uniform tonight. But the Fennimore Golden Eagles will advance, and they take on either River Ridge or Bangor. And as we said, Bangor with a 2-1 lead on River Ridge on our last update that we had. And we'll have a better idea of what our Saturday coverage is going to look like once the final matches resume, or the final matches wrap up here tonight. As we said, still in progress over on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Darlington with a 2-1 lead on Cuba City. RJ Osterhaus with the call of that. Mineral Point, again, a winner over Lancaster in straight sets, 25-17, 25-14, 25-22. And Edgewood had a 14-10 lead in set number 3, but Platteville led the match 2-0 heading into that third set. Steve Prestegard with the call of that one on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Looking ahead to tomorrow night, Level 1 high school football playoffs on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. I will be in Fennimore once again as Fennimore hosts Mineral Point. We'll have that right here on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Lancaster at Mineral Point, or beg your pardon, Lancaster at Amherst on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Platteville at Lodi on AM 1590 WPVL. And on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, River Ridge at Black Hawk Warren. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame coverage set for 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock for all 4 of those games. And we will have regional championship Saturday night in high school volleyball. As we know for sure, we will have the Fennimore Golden Eagles, whether they play River Ridge or Bangor. And we will see what the rest of our local teams look like heading into regional championship Saturday night. We'll sort out the schedule and we'll have the full slate set up for you tomorrow morning during News and Sports on 97.7 Country WGLR. You can also check out our Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule online at AM1590WPVL.com. Before we go, I almost forgot the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. In set number 2, we were tied at 21 apiece, and that was a 4-1 run by Fennimore to close out that second set and take a 2-sets-to-none lead. And Iowa Grant just could not muster enough strength to battle Fennimore in set number 3, as that late run in set number 2 is our Tricor Turning Point tonight, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. And that'll wrap things up for our broadcast here tonight. Thanks to Jim Prohaska and the entire staff here at Fennimore High School for being gracious hosts and helping us out as always. Thanks to both head coaches, Karen McManus of Iowa Grant and Mickey Beckwar of Fennimore. Also to Coach Beckwar for joining us on our post-match show here this evening. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Again, your final score: the Fennimore Golden Eagles defeat Iowa Grant 3-0, 25-11, 25-22, and 25-18. Fennimore will host the regional championship on Saturday night, awaiting the winner of River Ridge and Bangor. And the Iowa Grant Panthers finished their 2025 volleyball season with a record of 9-25. From the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night from Fennimore, and we'll see you for high school football playoffs tomorrow night.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. X1071.
Turn your radios up.
WPVL FM, Platteville and Dubuque.
The best music every day, baby.
Do you feel me?
A Queen Bee radio station.